What's going on, YouTube? What you doing? Huh? Getting some money? Yeah, better be getting some money. I hope you're getting some money. If you didn't know, it's Block Life Vlogs, aka the Truck and Block, back with another video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, notification bell. Does not cost you a thing. Comment down below, interact with me, I interact back. And if you don't like my videos, hit the dislike. YouTube analytics, right? So I'm gonna dive straight into it. Last video, I told you guys that I was denied employment with Swift Transportation on a Walmart account. Is it the end of the road for my trucking career? No. I'm basically looking for something to be home more often, home daily. That's why I went for that position. I didn't know Swift ran it until I talked to the recruiter. Now, H&H Recruiting was like, I got somebody I'm gonna put you in touch with on that. You'll talk to them. And then when I talked to him, it was Swift. I laughed about it a little bit and I was like, forget it. I'll go ahead and accept. I need an update, you guys, on what happened with that. After I made that video, the recruiter from Swift called me and gave me more details as to why I was not chosen for employment. He told me there was 2 reasons why they did not choose me. And he did not mention my felony charge, although I do believe it had a lot to do with it because it was the main topic of discussion when the security department talked to me last Wednesday. 2 reasons, he said. First reason was I've had 5 jobs in the past 4 years. Okay, job hopping. You guys don't want a job hopper, I understand, but this is the trucking industry. Things change all the time. Employment is a revolving door with every mega carrier. Okay, all right. So the second reason is because of a suspension I had from 2013 to 2016. Technically, the end of 2015. At first, I didn't know what he was talking about. I'm like, suspension? What are you talking about? I had to rewind my mind and think about that time period. Back in 2013, back in 2012, or was it 13? 2013, yeah. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. From Atlanta, Georgia, I moved to Daytona Beach, Florida. Then from Daytona Beach, Florida, back up to, at that time, Lenexa, Kansas. Shawnee, Kansas. I barely had a car during that time period. I barely drove. And at that time, I didn't know it until I went and got a lawyer to handle it. But I had been suspended from Wyandotte on a stop sign ticket that I forgot all about. That's where the suspension came from. A stop sign ticket that I forgot about. I got it handled and got my license reinstated immediately. Once you pay Wyandotte what you owe them, KCK usually they'll lift it immediately. That's what happened. And I've had a clean license since. I mean, but mind you, she said 20. Well, he said. I said she. He said 2016, right? 6 years ago. So I'm like, so you guys go back 6 years on checking with the MVR? He said, well, technically. I was like, see, the application said 3 years. Then you tell me about a felony from 15 years ago. Then you got me for another ticket for following too close from a butthole of an officer that I had to deal with back in 2017 when I had a Malibu. Wrote me a dumb ticket. Either way it goes, the past 3 years are squeaky clean. I have no DUIs whatsoever, no drug convictions, no weapon convictions, nothing like that. So I went on to ask him, I said, so if you have a violent ex-con that comes to apply and he has a clean driving record because he's been in jail for the past 7 years, you would hire him? He was like, he started laughing. He was like, unfortunately, yes. He's like, I apologize. I don't agree with it. I don't believe it's right, but that's the decision that the security department with Swift has made with you, and I figured I'd give you more details on it because I heard that you requested to talk to someone higher up, and since I'm your point of contact, I figured I'd be the one to tell you. Fine, that's okay. I appreciate him telling me that, but beware of Swift. Oh, Swifty Swift. They will go back 15, 20 years on your record, man. Just be prepared for that if you want to work for Swift. If you want to work. I have not talked to nobody that ever wanted to work for Swift. Furthermore, it's mind-boggling to me that if a Swift driver pulls up right now, if the driver next to me leaves out of the parking spot and a Swift driver pulls up, I'm moving my truck. I've been like that since I started. Wanna know why? Because I knew from day one they tear stuff up. Not every Swift driver does, but for the most part, most of them do. Tear things up. I've seen it with my own eyes at a truck stop, tearing the nose off a truck. But you won't hire me. Okay. But I digress. Forget Swift. I wouldn't recommend them because they're going to dissect every little thing you ever done in your life. Now, if you're squeaky clean, you have no record, and you've never been in trouble, maybe Swift is the perfect company for you. Whatever. My trucking career goes on. I figured I would update you guys with that. Furthermore, I had somebody ask about Dayton Freight. I chose not to do Dayton Freight. Wasn't enough pay for the amount of work. There was several other companies, but the company I decided to go with, as I mentioned in the last video, I spoke with this company about 40 minutes after I got off the phone with that recruiter from Swift and got another job. That job, drum roll, JB Hunt. Yup, I'm going back to JB Hunt on the Aldi account. When I first applied to JB Hunt a month ago, they wanted me to do intermodal. I told you guys I wasn't feeling intermodal. It doesn't pay enough. I didn't want to do it. They told me they put me on the waiting list, which they didn't. Neither here nor there. I had to reapply all the way, and I have to do a urine test again tomorrow. So I basically got the job. I did my training videos. I have a start date. It can be pushed up earlier if they get the UA back a lot sooner. Probably a week earlier than what they pushed it out to. Is it my dream job? No. Is it my desired job? No. No job actually is desirable to me. I actually rather be an owner-operator. Hence the reason why I started this lease purchase journey. But I got to take a step back for my family. I'm perfectly fine with that. I've made peace with that. That's what I want to do because I want to be there for my kids and my woman at home. I have to be home more often. I'm missing a lot. I got to stop missing all this time with my family. So if the stars line up in the future for a truck, so be it. But for right now, I have to think about my family, and that comes first. So JB Hunt it is, man. Quick update on RTI. I'm not too pleased with this week's pay, which I knew it was I kind of knew it was coming because they had to do a couple calm datas last week to get me right this week. Cool, whatever. But lease purchase, man, is definitely not for a family man during this time period. It's not. Like I said, I got to be home. If it wasn't for my 34-hour resets and my DM trying to set up loads to get me back home on the weekend, I probably could make more. But I say lease purchase wise, it should be for a single male or somebody with a girlfriend, or maybe even a man with kids, but he's not engaged in a relationship or a family structured home. You can make money lease purchase, but you have to keep the wheels on this truck moving. Have to. During this time period, especially with the gas prices and inflation on everything, food, everything. I mean, that's all I got to give you guys tonight. I just want to come on here and clarify a couple things with that. And one more thing. Do not let a mistake be the determining factor of your future. And when I say mistake, I'm not talking about, something you did that like is really bad you can't come back from. I'm talking about mistakes like the one I made. Okay, I stole some stuff out of a department store as a punk kid, wasn't using my head. I wish I never did it because it took away my gun rights, my voting rights, and it made me feel like a criminal to the world, because every job I ever applied for, I had to explain myself on what happened. And it gets old, it gets tiring. You're constantly reminded of a small mistake, but do not give up. Don't. Okay? To paint a better picture for you, and I think I need to do some more story times of my personal life. Let's see, it's the end of 22. Let's see here. The end of 2017, I was homeless. I had a car, but I was behind 3 car payments. I was living hotel to hotel, check to check. And the woman I was with at the time had no job. She didn't have a job. And I was behind on child support and so many other things. I could barely feed myself. Things were looking down. And I mean, it looked like there was no way out. But here we are in 2022, and my main concern right now is being able to pay all my bills at one time due to the economy changes. That's not that big of a struggle compared to being homeless, hungry, without nowhere to go to at the end of the night unless you tap into a hotel room. So don't give up, man. Keep pushing. I mean, sometimes it could just seem like there's no way out, but trust me, there's a way out. There's a way out. That's why when Swift told me no, I was mad at first. I was upset. I said a few choice words to myself in the cab of this truck. But I pulled over. I calmed down, sat down for a second on my little 30-minute break. I thought about it. I said, man, you built for this. You've seen worse. What don't break you make you, okay? Man, call JB Hunt up, man. And sure enough, that position opened that morning. But anyway, man, that's my time. Block Life Vlogs, aka The Truck and Block. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up notification bell. Does not cost you a thing. Comment down below, interact with me. I interact back. And if you don't like my videos, hit the dislike. YouTube analytics, right? Peace.